As you can see by my title and my thumbnail, I'm really fond of credit cards. So, in this video, I want to tell you about how many credit cards I have and a little bit of why I have them. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's tap in. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I want to announce a giveaway. Listen, I want to help you on your journey, so I will be giving away one of these options to a blessed winner. You can choose a 1 hour coaching call on real estate, or you can choose a 1 hour coaching call on how to grow your monthly income. You can also choose a month to attend 2 of my classes that are held monthly on real estate. First winner will be announced once we've reached 100 subs. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and leave a comment below. I look forward to announcing the winner on our giveaway live, so stay tuned. Now, on to the video. Before I tell you how many credit cards I have, I want to tell you real quick why I use credit cards for everything. Listen, if I'm going to be spending money, I want to make sure that I'm making money while I'm spending money. It only makes sense, right? If you're going to be spending, you might as well make money while you're doing it, right? So, in this video, I want to talk to you about my credit cards and why I have both personal and business credit cards, and how all of my cards have served a financial purpose and helped me towards my financial goal. And so I'm going to begin talking to you about my business credit cards first, because I have less business credit cards than my personal cards. So I know you want to go ahead and find out what my first business card is, right? Well, here it is. My first business card is the Arvest Corporate Credit Card. Some of you may be asking, Arvest Corporate Credit Card, that's not a widely known bank. Well, Arvest is a bank that is a subsidiary of Walmart. I'm pretty sure you know what Walmart is, right? Well, I got the Arvest Corporate Credit Card because it was the first bank that I opened up my business account with, and it was the first credit card that they offered me. And so, because I knew I needed to separate my expenses from my business, I went on and got that corporate credit card. And I thought it was pretty cool just to have a card that said corporate card, because I just came out of the corporate world. So it kind of made me feel like I was official. You understand? So my first business card was the Arvest corporate credit card. And one of the benefits of this credit card is that you get 1 times points with every dollar spent. So basically, what that means is every time I spend $10, I get 10 points in a rewards program with Arvest that allows me to get that allows me to get gift cards, that allows me to get points towards hotels, travel, you name it. And so this was my first business credit card, and I didn't know much about credit cards at the time. That's why I got it. And I also wanted to get the credit card from my first business bank. And because it's my oldest business credit card, that's the main reason why I keep that card. So, Arvest corporate credit card, that's my first one. My second business credit card was the American Express Business Plus card. Blue Business Plus is what I think it is. It's the American Express Blue Business Plus card. And with this card, you get 2 times points on every dollar you spend up to $50,000. Now, you may ask, BJ, why did you want to get this credit card? It is simply because I wanted to expand my relationship with American Express, and I wanted to be able to get more times points on my dollar spent, because my previous cards only was able to get me 1 times dollar. And I also found out that my business plus points, membership reward points, those points pooled along with my other American Express cards. So I would be able to gain more membership rewards points for me to use on a personal basis. So it was a no-brainer for me to get it for my business and get those 2 times points on any dollar I spend for my business. So it only made sense. And so I got that American Express Blue Business Plus card because it gives me 2 times points, and I'm able to pool my other membership rewards points along with that so that I can use it for personal benefits. My third business credit card was the American Express Blue Business Cash Card. Now, this card gives me 2% cash back on every dollar that I spend. Now, this particular card is interesting because I got this card because I have a ministry, and I thought what better way to be a more of a blessing to people is to get cash back on the money that I'm going to spend anyway. And so it'll give me more cash to help people. It will give me more cash to be a blessing to people because it's going to be money that I'm going to spend on the ministry anyway. So, for instance, if I go and pay for somebody's food, then I'm able to get 2% cash back on whatever I did blessing them with. So now I can turn around and do it for somebody else. That the ministry is cash intensive, and so it was better for me to get a cashback card rather than a points card because now I can use that for strictly ministry purposes and nonprofit business. And so this is the reason why I got the American Express Blue Business Cash Card, because it gave me that 2% cash back, and so I'll be able to do more things with more cash for more people with this card. My fourth business card is the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card. Now, I got this card simply because I wanted to use it for business, and American Express is not accepted everywhere. So I also wanted to get a card that allowed me to get more for my spend in my business because I already had another corporate card, but I wanted to get one that had more of a percentage return on other categories so that I can make more money and utilize it more in my business. So, with that being the case, I got the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card because it gave me 5% cash back in certain categories for my business that was absolutely phenomenal. And so, since I wasn't able to use Amex everywhere, and I was able to get 5% cash back on certain categories that I was spending on my business anyway, it only made sense, right? So it's better to get 5% cash back rather than 2% with my other business cards. So this is why I picked up the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card so that I can get that extra cash back. Now, before I get to my credit cards, my personal cards, why don't you guys go ahead and do me a favor? Why don't you go ahead and hit that like? Why don't you go ahead and hit that follow? Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, you want to find out what my personal cards are? Well, here they are. My first personal credit card is the Capital One Quicksilver card. It gives me 1.5% cash back on every purchase anywhere. Now, I got this credit card simply because of my banking relationship with Capital One. And I knew I needed a catch all credit card for being able to use it in any situation, in any circumstance. Right. And so some of y'all may be asking, what's a catch all credit card? It's a credit card that you know that you can use regardless, and you know you're going to get that base percentage of 1.5%. Now, other credit cards have a base of 2%, and other have a base of around 3%. And so I got this card because, again, Capital One offered it to me and my relationship with them. And so I quickly picked it up because, again, I needed a card that I can use anywhere at any time and get that 1.5% cash back for my personal life. Because remember, these are my personal cards, not my business cards. So my first one is the Capital One Quicksilver card. My next personal credit card is the Capital One Savor One credit card. Now, some of you may be like, well, BJ, you getting up there with these cards. Well, let me tell you why I picked up this one. Oftentimes we like to participate in entertainment, right? We like to go to the movies. We like to go to theaters. We like to go to Top Golf. We like to go to all these different places, right? We like to go to theme parks. We like to go to basketball games. Well, this particular card gives me 3% cash back as a minimum when I go to those places. And in other cases, it can go all the way up to 8% cash back. And so Capital One has a system where if you use their system to buy college football game tickets, concert tickets, NBA, NFL tickets, you can get 8% cash back up for those purchases. That is phenomenal, right? If you're gonna go to a football game, you might as well get 8% cash back. And if you're going to a football game, you know that cash back at 8% is going to be pretty substantial, right? Why? Why is that? Because if you're paying $100 on the ticket, you can get $8. You're gonna get $8 back. It's simple math. And so that's why I got it. And I like going to the movies. And so the reason why I picked up this card is on the base level. Whenever I go to the movies, I know I'm going to get 3% cash back. Whenever I go to anything dealing with entertainment, I'm going to get at least 3% cash back. That's better than 1.5 and that's better than 2%. I would prefer to get that 3% so that I can use it on other things and use it when I as a saving somewhat. So I like the Capital One Savor One card, and that's why I picked that one up. You might as well pick it up too. My next credit card that I picked up is the Apple card. Now, I picked up this card because it's going to be an upgrade from my Capital One card. My Capital One card only gives 1.5%, but the Apple card gives me 2% on all of my purchases. And it gives me 2% everywhere Apple Pay is accepted. And if you know, Apple Pay is accepted or is as widespread as anything out there. And so anywhere you can tap your phone, you can use Apple Pay. And so if I have that available to me, I would rather get 2% cash back rather than the 1.5 with my other card that only gives me 1.5%. Makes sense, right? It's just simple math. And in addition to that 2%, there are certain places and certain retailers where I will get 3% cash back using the Apple card. And so, one of those retailers that Apple offers a 3% cash back, I visit frequently. I visited frequently. And so, it only makes sense for me to get 3% cash back rather than 1.5 or even 2. And so I want to encourage you to help you understand this is why I use these different cards because they're able to allow me to save more money and to do more things because I'm using these cards for my benefit. So this is why I picked up the Apple card because I can get 2% cash back across the board and also in some places an additional 3% at certain retailers. The Apple card is a plus. Now, for my next credit card, it is going to be the American Express Gold Card. Yes, if you've seen any of my previous videos, I've talked about this card and the reason why I have it. The reason why I have an American Express Gold Card is because I wanted a relationship with American Express and because it allows me to get the most points for one of the places I spend my money on the most, and that's food. Anywhere, anytime I go to a restaurant, anywhere I buy groceries, any place where I can get food, basically, I'm going to get a higher percentage return on my spending. Why do you say that? Because the American Express Gold Card gives me 4 times points whenever I buy groceries, 4 times points whenever I go buy food. Yep, you heard that right. 4 times points. So whenever I go out to eat, I don't mind ever pulling out my gold card because I know I'm going to get that 4 times points back. And so, as y'all have seen in the previous video, I touted as one of my favorite credit cards for this reason. It allows me to build up those membership rewards points that allows me to partake in personal benefits when I go and I cash in my membership rewards points when I go to get flights, when I go to get rental cars, when I go to get hotels. All of those things add up, and those things are a benefit to me because it's extra money that I wouldn't have had unless I had these credit cards. Now, I want to give this little caveat. I'll talk about this in a later video. This credit card comes with a $250 annual fee. All the other cards that I've stated before now don't have any annual fees. But the reason why I picked this one up, I'll go over in a later video and explain to you why that $250 is worth it for me. So this is my personal credit card, the American Express Gold Card. My next credit card is the American Express Platinum Card. Yes, I have the American Express Platinum card. And a lot of people shy away from the American Express Platinum card because it comes with a hefty annual fee. So, what is the reason why I have the American Express Platinum card? Because of my aspiration for traveling. Me and my wife love to travel. We love to get on planes. We love to book cruises. We love to stay at hotels. We love to enjoy ourselves in that travel space. And so, because of that, the American Express Platinum card allows me to gain a whole bunch of points because of it. Whenever I book flights, whenever I book hotels, and whenever I book rental cars, I get 5 times points on my money spent when I use the American Express Platinum card. And in addition to that, the platinum card comes with credits and benefits that helps offset some of that annual fee, or for me, all of that annual fee every single year. And so that fee, when I pay it every year, is worth it for me because I get it in my credits and I get it back in my points that I spend whenever I choose to use them when I fly, when I book hotels, and when I get rental cars. So my aspiration for travel is the reason why I have the American Express Platinum card, and it is a card that I use whenever I travel for the most part. And so this is why it is one of my personal cards and it's in my wallet all the time because of that aspiration of travel. The American Express Platinum card, I have it. My next credit card that I have is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Now, some of y'all may be asking, why did I pick up this card? Well, I'm going to answer it for you. Because again, my aspiration for travel, it allows me to get on a minimum 2 points back every time I spend my money. Well, some of y'all may be asking, well, BJ, I thought that worked with your other cards. Well, it doesn't, because in order to get those points with the other card, you have to use their particular travel portal in order to get those points. Well, with this card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, many of you know when you book travel, you can book them through a third party site. Let's just say if you decide to go on the Sandals vacation and you book it through Sandals, you when you book it through them, that's not through the Amex portal or the Chase portal. And so because of that, you need a card that's going to benefit you in those times. And so that's why the Chase Sapphire Preferred, if I book it through them, which is the actual party, and it's not Chase or Amex, I'm able to get 2% cash back, or I'm able to get 2 times points in the Chase portal when I use my Chase Sapphire Preferred, or when I book a house on Verbo or any other place. I'm able to get more money back because of this card, because of the category of travel. Now, in addition to that, I'm able to get 5 times points when I use the Chase portal in order to book flights, hotels, and the such. And so it has the same benefits as the Amex card, and it allows me to do either one. And so it gives me the option to look at the Chase portal to see which one may be cheaper, and look at the Amex portal and see which one may be cheaper to see which one I can get the best deal on. But in either case, I'm going to get 5 times points, whichever card that I'm using. And the other benefit of the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is the reason why I have it is because if I book through the Chase portal, I get an additional percentage off because I have that card. And so I don't want to go too deep into the benefits of that card on this one. I just want to give you an overview of why I have it, because it does a lot for me when it comes to my traveling. And so this is why I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred in my wallet and in my staple, because it helps me benefit on all of my travel aspirations. So if you're thinking about the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I would recommend it. So now that we have come to the end of the video, I want to reiterate to you, every single one of my credit cards serves a purpose. Every single one of them has assisted me in my financial goals. And so I just want to let you know this is why I have the cards that I have. And without further ado, you can now tell that I have 10 total credit cards. Yes, you said that right. I have 10 total credit cards. And in the credit card space, I would say I'm right in the middle of what the average is for people who have credit cards. I've heard people have 40 plus credit cards. I've heard people have 1 to 2 credit cards. Whatever serves your purpose, whatever helps you in your mental capacity where credit cards are concerned, whatever you can handle, that's what you do. But because I know how to handle them and because I want to utilize them to get the most maximum benefit out of them, that's why I have as many credit cards as I have. Now, I also want to state to you that I'm not done getting credit cards yet either, because as I continue to build businesses, I'm going to continue to need credit cards that are going to be beneficial to to those businesses. So I'm going to continue to look out for. I'm going to continue to examine which cards are going to be beneficial to me as I continue to build those businesses, right? So, as of today, I have 10, and I want you guys to get down in the comment section. I want y'all to talk to me about what y'all think about me having all these credit cards. I want to know, how many credit cards do you have? Do you know how to manage them? Do you want to get into the game of credit cards? Because if you do, I like to talk to you about it. I like to help you with that process. Because if you want to get any of the cards that I just mentioned, all of the links to get them are going to be in the comment section, and they're going to be in my description. So take advantage of them, because they all have benefits that will help you in your financial goals if you use them properly. Now, I want to give this last caveat. Credit cards are for people who have discipline. This is not for people to just go run up a credit card and you can't pay it back. This is something that we always say in the credit card space. Only spend money on your credit cards that you were going to spend using your debit card. Make sure you do that, because if you don't make sure that you're only spending money on your credit card that you would spend on your debit card, you will find yourself gaining those rewards, but they won't mean anything to you, because they'll be eaten up in the interest that you will accrue because you didn't pay the whole thing back. And so I need you to understand that the credit card game is for people who have discipline. And that's what I want to help you with. Anybody that understands the money game, they understand discipline. And this is why I use the cards the way I do, because it takes discipline to go to a store and be like, man, which card should I use to get the best benefit, rather than just pulling out one card and just swiping it every single time. It takes attention to detail to do that. And so that's not for everybody, but I believe that is for a lot of people. And so make sure that you're disciplined when you're using your credit cards. So again, let's get down in the comment section. Let's talk about this some more, because I'm curious to know what y'all think about my credit card wallet, and how many credit cards that you guys have. So I appreciate y'all for checking out this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Peace.